Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're here, then that means that you clearly have a good eye for people because you see a magnificent, an amazing, a trustworthy, a funny, a sensual type of woman, and that's me. So, or we can do a different intro where I'm like, my name is Morgan and this is my YouTube channel. Kind of like how Disney was. Anyways, we're not going to use that. But hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Glad you are here, happy you are here. If you're new here, subscribe or I will kill your family. Anyways, I didn't really say anything. So today's story is another kind of interesting, crazy one. This is the story. I'm going to tell you the story about how my ex-boyfriend tried to fake like his grandmother had cancer so that we can get back together. Okay, so by the way, if I am ever telling a crazy like ex-boyfriend story, it's most likely about the exact same guy because he was literally fucking insane. And I wish I could say his name. Instead of his real name, let's call him Jeff. And the girls who know that like any guy's name that starts with a J, they're fucking insane. But anyways, so where do I even start? So I had already been looking for a way out of this relationship for a long time. And I didn't want to break up with him first because I didn't think he would accept it. Like I thought if I said like, oh, let's break up, like I don't want to be with you, he would be like, no, we're going to stay together. So I wanted him to break up with me. And I knew that he did these tests with me where like I think he kind of knew deep down that I didn't actually want to be with him and I didn't really like him. So I hope my foot is not on camera because I don't want to show my feet for free. I'm trying to get comfy. I'm not comfortable. But anyways, so I think deep down Jeff knew that I didn't really like him and I didn't want to really be in a relationship with him. And so he would put me through these tests where he would like break up with me for the dumbest reasons just to see if I would like call him crying and be like, let's stay together. And I used to do that. But at this point, I was ready to let it go. I was ready to be done. And so one weekend he had called me and he was like, you know, my dog has been ill for a while now. And I was like, okay, I don't care about your fucking dog. But I knew it was bullshit because he would have told me if his dogs were actually really sick because he loves those fucking dogs, even though they're ugly. But he was like, and one of them died this morning and I just really want to be alone so I can mourn and I can get through this. And I was like, I don't believe in God, but I do now because there's a higher power because who else is going to descend on my life and save me from the clutches of the devil? Can I get an amen? But anyways, so I was like, no, I completely understand that you want to be alone. I completely understand that, you know, you need that space and I'll certainly give it. Like, you know, let's not be together. And he was like, oh, okay then. And I knew that like he was probably thinking of like something to say to me. So he was like, I'm going to call you back in a little bit. Can I do that? And I was like, sure. And I only said sure so that he can get the fuck off the phone so I can start executing my plan. So he hangs up and with the speed of 1,000 winds. I mean, I'm telling you, the only people that can move this fast is like, shit, can it even be the Flash? I don't think so. I think I have a piece of hair on me. Yeah. But anyways, so I go and I just block him on everything. I block him on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Kick, Google. I don't think you guys know that you can block emails, but I blocked this email. Anything you could possibly think of, I went and blocked that dude because I was like, you will not be in my life anymore. And so like that's it. You know, and there's something that happened in between, but I don't really want to get into it in this video because I want this video to be happy. But long story short, he tried to break in my house. But after the attempt break in to my house, I didn't hear from him for a long time. Like, I think it was like maybe like a couple of weeks. And I was like, okay, I'm free. I am a single woman. I'm out on the streets. And I start getting some calls from an unknown number. One day I started getting some calls from an unknown number. And his best girlfriend, I still had her added on Kick. I don't know why the fuck I did, but I did because I guess I was like girl power. And she had texted me and said, hey, Jeff is going through a really hard time and he really needs somebody there for him. So if he calls, can you please answer? Because it's actually an emergency. And so I was like, fuck no, I ain't answering. I don't give a fuck if it's an emergency. What, the dude lost both his legs? That's his problem. But whatever. So I don't know why, but like a part of me was like, well, we were in a relationship, so I should try to actually be nice, because if I'm mean, like maybe I go to hell if I like when I die, and I don't want to go to hell, and I don't want God to just like, if he's real, to like on judgment day look at me and be like, you did not pick up the phone when he needed you. And I'd be like, well, damn, my bad. So this same unknown number kept calling me, and finally that night before bed I just went and picked up because I was like, fuck, I know it's him. And so like I answered the phone. I was like, hello. Hello. I'm like, nigga, how are you crying? And I just answered the phone. Were you crying while you were calling? And I was like, hey, what's going on? Well, I have some unfortunate news. I'm like, what, the other dog died? But I didn't say that out loud. And he was like, my grandmother told me today that she only has a few months left to live. She has cancer. And I was like, oh my God. And like, I really felt bad because like breast cancer runs in my family. And so I know what it's like to like lose somebody to cancer. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, you know, I'm here for you. And he was like, really? Thank you. Because like, I feel like right now more than ever, I just need people that I genuinely trust to be there for me. And I was like, yeah, you know, you can call me a couple of times, like maybe every couple of weeks if you want somebody to just like to vent to, you know, I'm here for you. And he was like, thank you so much. I really needed that. And I was like, okay. So like 3 days passed and this nigga calling me again. I'm like, didn't I tell you a couple of weeks, bitch? And I get on the phone with him, but before he can even speak, I'm like, hey, you know, I told you to just call me in a couple of weeks. Like, you know, I don't really want to talk a lot because I don't want you to think that we're going to get back together. And he was like, well, I actually have more unfortunate news. I'm like, what the fuck? She done died? Like, I thought she had a couple of months at least. And he tells me that his mother and his grandmother went to the hospital today for a checkup. And apparently the doctor told the grandma that the sudden glitch, I had to go take a dump. So anyways, where I left off. Okay, so apparently his mom and his grandma went to the doctor's office to get a checkup. And the doctor told the grandma that like, you don't have a few months left to live. You now actually have a few weeks left to live. And I was kind of like skeptical of that because I was like, okay, so in our conversation, old girl had months left to live. After one checkup, after a couple of days later, she goes to a checkup and he's like, cut in half. And so I was like, okay. And he says, you know, her dying wish to me is that I can be together with the person that I love and I can grow old with the person that I love. And she just says that, you know, I need to go after what I want, and who I want is you. What I want is you. And I just want us to be together. And I was like, at this point, I was putting two and two together because I knew he didn't like the fact that I told him, hey, I just want you to call me every couple of months. Not couple of months, every couple of weeks. I think that he didn't like that. So I was like, there's a chance this nigga is playing me. So I said, I need to put my detective hat on and I need to be Sherlock. So I told him, can I think about it? And he was like, sure, call me tonight. And so right when I got off the phone with him, I beep, 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 called up my grandma. And I said, hey, is Shirley dying? Does Shirley have cancer? I don't know if this woman's fucking name is Shirley. We're just calling her Shirley. Is that an old black lady name? What's an old black lady name? Myrtle? No, that's white. Ruby? But we're going to call her Shirley. We're going to keep on with Shirley. And she was like, no, because if she was dying, if she had cancer like that, like not only would I know, but the whole town would know. And I was like, interesting. So then I call up my cousin who I know talks to Shirley quite often. And I was like, if anybody's going to know, she's going to know. I just need at least 2 or 3 reliable sources. So I asked my cousin and she was like, I'm gonna call her and then I'll call you back. So like 35 to 40 minutes later, she calls me back and she's like, I talked to Shirley for a good minute and Shirley said she don't know who is spreading these rumors about her, but she is not fucking dying. And I said, that's all I needed to know. So I called him up. Hey, I had a talk with my grandmother and she told me that I'm so brave for going after what I want and she's so proud of me for like trying to reclaim my love. And I was like, I'm sure she is motherfucking proud. And I tell him, and I just like, I don't tell him anything. I was just like, can you give me a minute to talk? And he was like, okay, sure. And I proceed to cuss this man out harder than I've ever cussed anybody out. I cussed him out. I cussed his mama out. I cussed his brother out. I cussed the lint in his house out. I flamed this guy. I cannot wait. Like, if God is actually real, I'm pretty sure that on Judgment Day, he's going to look at me and be like, this was bad. And I'll be like, what can I do about it? So, he starts crying and he's like, at least I had the courage to say how I feel. A lot of guys these days won't even say how they feel. I love you, Morgan. I want to be with you. I can see us growing old together. I can see the white picket fence. I know that we're supposed to be together. We belong together. I used to poke holes in our condoms so that every time we had sex so that you could get pregnant, because I want a family with you. I can see it with you, and I know you don't want kids. I know you didn't want a family early, but I want that with you. You're supposed to be my wife. You're supposed to be mine, and I knew one day you would try to run away. I knew one day you would pull something like this, and I was like, Mama say, Mama samu makusa? Like, I was more surprised about the fact that he poked holes in the condom, but that's another traumatic memory for another day. But I was like, so my mind is so jumbled that I decide that I'm not even going to give him the time of day with talking. So I just make my exit. I just hang up the phone. I blocked him on that, and I have not spoken to him since. And I was like 15. I'm 22 now. I haven't spoken to him since. And does he still wear the sweatshirt that he stole from my closet? Yes, because my cousin who lives down the street from me said that every time he does lawn work, he wears it. So like, he still tries to keep a piece of me with him, which is weird because it's been fucking years. And the only thing I know about him now is that he got himself a perm and he now has a child with some girl. And that's just the story of how my ex tried to lie to me that his grandmother had cancer and she was literally on her deathbed, and that's why we need to be together. And it is the most insane fucking thing ever. And did he try to get in touch with me again? Yes. Did he make several fake Instagram accounts to try to hit me up from them? Did he pose as a girl and texted me saying, hey, I know Jeff and he's really cool and he talks about you and you guys should get back together? Yes, he did that too. Did I play into any of it? No, because I'm not a dummy anymore. So, and also, Jeff, if you find this video, which I don't think you will because I have blocked you and everything, I have a couple of things to say to you. Number first, your breath always stunk. Every time I had a pack of gum with me, it was not because I just liked chewing gum. It's because I had it for you. It smelled like the dookie. Brush your teeth. Number second, you were not good at sex. You weren't. You were never consistent with the strokes. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the biting either. And I know you said, oh, I like the taste of you, but nigga, no, that's weird. And number third, your head game was really bad too. It was very weak, very weak. Put in some practice. You shouldn't be suctioning like a vacuum. Don't know where that came from. You must have practiced on a man. And if that's the case, then I don't know, you need to go up to the other side. But anyways, so if you liked this video, if you liked this story, if it was funny to you, share it to your mom, share it to your sisters and grandparents, and share it to the president of the United States, whatever. But yeah, if you liked it, please subscribe, please like, and also if you really, really liked it and you're in the mood for giving, I have my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the little description. So leave me like $5 for talking this much without any breaks. And if you don't want to tip, then that's fine. I'm not gonna fucking force you. If you don't want to tip, that's okay. Like, stop getting your pussy twisted. So yeah, thank you guys for being here and taking a little further peek into my mind and just my crazy life. Maybe I should write a book and then call it like, I don't know, The Never Ending Story. But anyways, so thank you guys for being here. Bye, BBO Wave. Thanks for being here. Da-na, da-na, na.